Okay, think about it. Every single second, we're creating and sharing tons of data. So who's actually in charge of it all? That's what we're digging into today, this crucial idea of digital stewardship and what it means for you and me.
And you really can't get into this topic without starting with this one super powerful idea. It's a quote that says, "Consumer data is now the oil of the digital era." Now, that's not just some buzzword, right? It's a total shift in how we have to think about information itself.
All right, so if data is the new black gold, what does that actually mean? Well, it means we're dealing with something that fuels our entire modern world. It creates insane amounts of wealth and opportunity, but, and this is a big but, it also comes with huge risks if it gets mishandled. And that, right there, is where this key term comes into play: digital stewardship. It's basically the official name for this new reality we're in. It's this core responsibility not just to use data, but to actively protect and safeguard it, because it really is that precious. So this gets us to the two sides of the coin when it comes to data. You know, just like oil, it has this enormous potential to do amazing things, to drive progress. But at the same time, it's also a massive liability if you're not careful. It's a classic high-stakes game, high value, but also super high risk. And check out how deep this comparison actually goes. You had the old oil, right? It drove the industrial economy, powered our cars. And we've all seen what happens when an oil tanker spills. It's an environmental disaster. Well, the new oil, data, it's exactly the same. It drives the entire digital economy. It's what powers all that personalization we see online. But a data breach? Man, that's the digital version of that catastrophic spill. Just devastating. And because that risk is so real, it leads us to what we're calling the stewardship imperative. The stakes are just too high. Managing data responsibly isn't just a nice-to-have thing anymore, some line you bury in a privacy policy. Nope, it's an absolute, non-negotiable must for any company out there. So let's ask the tough question then. What happens when that responsibility gets ignored? What are the real-world consequences when stewardship completely fails? The answer is simple and brutal: serious damage. And that's not being dramatic. We're talking about companies going bankrupt, customer trust being shattered, maybe forever, in really profound personal harm for people whose sensitive info gets leaked.
Okay, but it's not all doom and gloom, I promise. Recognizing the danger is always the first step to avoiding it. And the good news is, there is a right method for handling all this with care. It just takes a totally different mindset. You gotta stop thinking about extracting data and start thinking about carefully stewarding it.
And this right here is the game plan. It's like a life cycle for data. Let's walk through it. First step, purposeful collection. Simple, right? Don't just hoover up everything you can. Only collect what you absolutely need for a very specific reason. Then secure storage. This is your vault. You have to protect this data like you would gold bars. Third, responsible sharing. Data should only ever be shared if someone agrees with it and they know exactly why it's being shared. And finally, and this is the one people always forget, respectful deletion. When you don't need the data anymore, you get rid of it, properly, gone. And here's the kicker. These aren't just 4 random steps on a checklist. They're a single connected system. You neglect one and the whole thing, all that trust, it can just fall apart. This is the right method for handling these sensitive issues. So we've talked a lot about what organizations and big companies need to do, but this whole conversation kind of brings us to one last, much more personal question for every single one of us. And here it is. In a world where your digital self is basically built from your data, who is its steward? Is it just the companies you hand your info over to, or the government regulators making the rules? Or, when it comes right down to it, does the biggest responsibility actually fall back on you? That's definitely something to think about. Thanks for tuning in.